Yo, what's going on? It's the One More Thing Daily, wrapping up another wonderful week of awesome music on One More Thing. I got some music to play you. Before I talk about anything else, I got some music to play you. Check out some of this. Now check out some of this. Where should we even put the needle there? Oh yeah. These are two tunes that we are dropping next week. And I wanted to give you a little teaser before I do a little roundup of everything that's going on with One More Thing. This one is a little bit more in-house. I had quite a spicy post a couple of days ago and still kind of reading from some of the awful reactions. I'm not feeding the trolls. And I stand by what I said. Anyway, I need to remind you, 2 more weeks for the mentorship application deadline. I've had some really interesting interest. I'm going to be completely honest, nobody's actually applied, done an official application. Lots of people asking questions. I hope that me or the team have been incredibly approachable. I will be checking all the inboxes because there's so many inboxes and I'm really, really rubbish at inboxes and messages and comms and stuff. But I will be checking just to see if there are any questions. But if you have any questions, even if you drop it in the comments, like I am really, really keen, especially after the success of last year's mentorship as well with Mark and Annalise and Lauren. We're developing a really cool family and there's a really cool system in place. And the projects that we have for next year are absolutely amazing. If you are thinking about it, but you're wondering and you haven't quite thought, I don't know, because it is it's not a straightforward application. I do need you to make a piece of content. And by the way, if you don't get there, if you're not successful with the application, I'm not going to use that content. But there are other opportunities as well. Like I'm looking for people to mentor, but I'm looking for people to join the team as well. I'm looking for people who understand what I'm trying to do with One More Thing, because I know you're out there, because people, talk and collaborate with me and stuff. I know that something cool is happening. So if you're interested and you're wondering about it, and maybe you're not too sure, like it's super flexible. This one is open to anyone around the world. I'm looking for the right people. It's not necessarily, and then we can create a situation which works for everybody in terms of working hours and how it works and stuff like that. I kind of work around the clock. I'm pretty 24/7 as well. So time zones aren't too much of an issue. Not really a big fan of 4 a.m. unless I'm still out on the dance floor or something like that. But we can make something happen. So if you're interested, if you see One More Thing as an exciting platform which has got something positive to give the next generation and all generations of ravers and artists and creative within the raving realm, and you like telling stories and you can find a good story and you respect all of this art form too much to not do something about it, please do get in touch. The 25th of October is the deadline for that. And also, another way of interacting with us and getting involved with us is the demo drop as well. The next demo drop is going to be on Wednesday, 9 o'clock next week. Something really, really interesting happened on the last demo drop. You'll have to watch it back. I'm not going to give any hints or anything, but something quite crazy has come about as a result of it, which has been really, really interesting. I'm not too sure which way it's going to go, but either way, it's going to be amazing. And to be trusted to be the first person to play this music, and to give my response live to an audience is quite crazy, really. And I hope it's helpful. Everybody who's kind of joined, everybody seems to be a bit of a repeat visitor. So if you're interested, even if you don't produce and you just want to hear the freshest electronic music, and got artists like Goozy and stuff like that sending in stuff, so it's not just who else did we have? We had Crimes last week. We got like Damage Man send stuff in. Dunk has sent stuff in under a house alias. These are just like known names, but then also got to give a huge shout to people like Ivy and Sonnet and Replete, who have also, they've been in on the chat every single time. They've been contributing. It's been amazing, and that's really only just started up. So yeah, I'd just like to remind everybody, and it's a bit different this time, that's why I'm saying it, because we've got an artist, Tyr Kohout, is joining us as well. And Tyr is responsible for one of those sounds that I just played when I started this long rambling update. So those two pieces of music, they are coming out next week. One was very, very rough and one was very, very smooth. You might have noticed us playing the smooth one, dicking around with it on social media. It's been available on Meta since last week. Just kind of playing around with it. That's the lead single of Tyr Kohout's forthcoming EP. DJs, if you are part of the Best Drum and Bass promo, you should have that in your inbox right about now. But it's an amazing EP. I'm going to tell you more about that on Monday. So that's I Made a Boo Boo. It comes out on Monday as the lead single. That's the super smooth thing. It sounded a little bit like Daft Punk, didn't it? And then the rough thing, that is something very, very special, which if you are a member of us on Patreon, if you support us on Patreon, you will already have access to that tune and you will already be able to absolutely chop heads off on the dance floor from this weekend onwards. If not, you need to wait just a little while, but that one comes courtesy of a very good friend of ours, Glitch Girl, alongside Norwegian artist Agubu, who I spoke to this week, and he's an incredibly inspiring fellow, comes from like death metal and stuff like that and speaks 5 languages, but more on him next week. So just a tiny little roundup of all our other activities this week. What else have we done? We've had a mix and an interview from Dorpy, which has been absolutely amazing. We did a live interview with Gooder, celebrating a year of him being self-employed and a full-time DJ on Twitch. Like, how mad is that? And that one went really, really deep. We spoke about mental health a lot, spoke about a lot of the challenges that I could really relate to as a freelance creative as well, especially in this crazy kind of world of content making and music support and niche music support as well. No matter how big we think drum and bass is, it's nowhere near as big as any other kind of genres and stuff like that. In a way, we're still very, very niche and underground, and long may we exist in that type of way. What else? Oh, Plasma Tour. Last night, interviewed Plasma Tour just hours ahead of his album. His debut album, The Only Constant, is out. It dropped just hours after our interview, funnily enough, last night, which was really interesting. If you're an artist and you've got an album coming out and you think like, yeah, I would like to spend the last few hours of my time prior to the album coming out chatting to Dave, to an audience of people on Twitch and YouTube, get in touch, because I think that's a really interesting time to catch somebody. It's probably a really handy time to catch somebody as well and just totally take their mind off the fact that they're going to drop an album. Release day can be a really kind of anti-climaxy day, so here I am trying to turn it into even more of a climax. Here I am trying to celebrate things and trying to create moments and capture stories. What other stories have we had? That's pretty much where we've been this week. So yeah, we've got some amazing, absolutely amazing music dropping next week, and loads of other really interesting things, including the demo drop. And of course, I'm keeping my eye open for anybody who is applying for the mentorship. Do read our post, do read the article. I've put some links down there. If this is the first time that you've heard of the mentorship, because it's quite easy for me to post and assume that the world knows, and they don't. That's why I'm doing these daily updates. Yeah, the mentorship, it will last a year, but then I'm not anticipating people to leave then. Hopefully within a year, the structure will have changed. There will be more resources in order to retain people, but everybody who's had the mentorship is still part of the team, and I wish to grow. It's not a kind of production line in that type of way. This is the One More Thing family growing, and this has been me giving you an update, keeping it really in-house and playing it safe so I don't get any horrible trolley comments on this one. Yeah, but big up. Have a lovely weekend. Oh, actually, right, there's a London Electricity interview from Sun and Bass is going to go live tonight, and other stuff we're going to do the premiere. So tomorrow night is going to be a mix from Sola from our second birthday at Planet Wax. There's a really good reason that I'm putting that one up on Saturday as well, because next week we will be talking to Sola and they will be revealing the Grand Theft Audio EP tunes, which will be the third time now, so the third year running, which is mind-blowing really. Grand Theft Audio and their artists are contributing an EP to One More Thing. It will be a pay-as-you-want EP. It'll come out on the 31st of October, like Halloween. It has done traditionally every year now for 3 years. I don't know what the music is. I've heard one of the songs and it was in this Solar set. but I don't know any of the artists behind it. They've kept it really, really secret. Last year, they absolutely blew me away. And Beskar had written like a One More Thing theme tune, which we now use on our podcast on the One More Thing social, which blew me away. Like the lyrics and everything were very humbling. So I have no idea. So yeah, there's a Sola mix going up Saturday at 7 p.m. and then there will be the premiere of I Made a Boo Boo, the smooth track that I played right at the very start. That is going to be premiered on Sunday at 7 o'clock, all UK time. So yes, London Electricity tonight, Solar Saturday, I Made a Boo Boo on Sunday, and then we will be back 3 p.m. UK time on Monday with another update and loads of other great stuff. Have a wicked weekend. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, please support us, and thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching and everything. Nice one.